There are no proclamations. We'll do committee reports. Start with you, Don.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I apologize, I cannot get my video to work, so we're just gonna have to do audio tonight. Just to point your attention to some dates coming up here at the community center on September 20th, Monday, we have Meet the Mayor. So if anyone has any questions about any happenings in our town, please feel free to come in, see the mayor. Starts at 6:30, goes till 9 p.m. And feel free to have your discussion about any concerns that you have. On Tuesday, the 21st, from 5:30 to 6:30, we have the Seniors Caregiver Support Group. On Wednesday, the 22nd, from 5 to 8 p.m., we have Hope and Serenity Recovery Meeting here. And on the 23rd, Thursday, the 23rd, from 3 to 7 p.m., we have the Center for Prevention coming back to the center to do more counseling and Narcan training and to offer any resources that are available. I would also like to say thank you very much to the Recreation Department for putting together such a lovely ceremony for the 9/11, the 20th anniversary of 9/11 on Saturday. You could see a lot of work went into it, a lot of care and love, and that does not go unnoticed. And we just really appreciate that. So thank you, Recreation Department, Kathy and Anna especially. And that's it for now.
Thank you. Rich, you're up.
I just want to say hello to everyone. I'm back. Was sick and now I'm all better. And I also want to say I watched the video on the 9/11 memorial. It looked like a great memorial. And I want to congratulate everyone who put that together. Looked like a great group and a great memorial. Also, I want to say congratulations to the Seniors Inc. for their 50th anniversary. They had a get together, I think it was a week or two ago. I could not make it, but it's a real milestone. That group is a powerful group in town. And if you're a senior and you're not involved, I'll tell you, get involved. It's a great organization. Also, this Saturday is the Hopatcong Days. So please come out to the park and participate. It should be a great time. That's it for me.
Thank you. John, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I also would like to comment on the 9/11 ceremony, the 20th anniversary we had Saturday. It was a very well put together. It was a fabulous ceremony. I'd also like to thank the Recreation Commission, Kathy, Millie, and Anna. It was great. It was very greatly attended. There were several hundred people there. It was a great way to start the day. I also, though it's not a committee report, I want to give a shout out to our fire departments and our ambulance. And I say that because on Thursday, September 9th, the Hopatcong Warriors Youth Football, we had our annual pep rally and we brought back the bonfire this year. And of course you need fire coverage to do that. And the firemen were more than happy to do that. They were there with several pieces of apparatus. And then on Saturday, because it was the 20th anniversary of 9/11 at our home games, we had some special announcements and some special things that we were doing as well, including the fire and ambulance. Again, multiple companies, multiple pieces of apparatus. Both organizations were there for probably 5 or 6 hours. And we greatly appreciate that. And I bring it up because it just shows that those two organizations, it's not just about ambulance, it's not just about putting out fires, but they both have a tremendous sense of community and support our community in other things as well. And that's why I mentioned that. So a great big shout out to both of those. Committee reports, I don't have anything from open space. From recreation, we discussed basketball. There is a resolution on the agenda. We're still not 100% sure what's going to happen with basketball, but at this point we need to move forward in case it does happen normally. We also discussed calendar of events for 2022 and like everyone else, gearing up for Hopatcong Days, which is this Saturday. That was the bulk of the last meeting. Same thing with Environmental and Municipal Alliance. I'm not going to touch on anything other than they're both getting ready for Hopatcong Days this Saturday. So that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Ryan, you're up.
Okay, I too want to thank all of our first responders, the police department, the Hopatcong Ambulance Squad, and our fire department for being there on Saturday. It was a very touching ceremony. I especially want to give great thanks to Judy Wolf for speaking. She was one of the crew that took our Hopatcong ambulance down to ground zero 20 years ago. And it was quite a story that she told, very touching. And I'm going to leave it at a phrase that Frank Steinberg reminded me about the other day. Always remember, never forget. That being said, Sussex County MUA. This Friday is our monthly paper shredding event up at the county. Thursday, October 7th is our next sharps disposal event. We also have going on this Saturday, in addition to Hopatcong Days, which I'll get to in a minute, at the Senior Center, we have a shredding day from 9 to noon at the Senior Center. And then, of course, let's move on to Hopatcong Days. Everybody should show up to this. This is the town party that we're all going to have. And we're also going to follow it up on Sunday, a big event going up at the Sussex County Fairgrounds for Sussex County Day. Everybody's invited to that as well. That's going to be a great time. I'm going to go ahead and report on something that's outside of my committees. Last Sunday, I was invited to attend a Northwood Community Association meeting. They met at Firehouse Number 2 up in Northwood here, which is where I live. The chief and the captain were also there, and they wanted to talk about the road vacation, which we have tabled to October 6th. Now, we're not taking any action on this or discussing it tonight, but I am going to report on that meeting, which I believe I'm legally entitled to do. They were concerned that we were vacating the fire lane easement, which we're not. We're retaining the fire lane easement. They were concerned that the fire lane would not be enforced, and I assured them that we will find verbiage and we will find ways to enforce that fire lane if we retain that easement. They were under the misinformation, probably due to social media, because there's a lot of that floating around right now, a lot of misinformation, that we were vacating the fire lane. And we are not vacating the fire lane. It is in the ordinance that we are retaining a fire easement. I told them that. They are happy with that, but they would like stronger verbiage in the ordinance. We can discuss that at the October 6th meeting. They also want to have a meeting about their group purchasing or taking over the dock. Their problem with that is they can't get a meeting until after our October 6th meeting. So we'll have to deal with that somehow to figure that out, how they can have an opportunity to perhaps purchase that dock. Beyond that, I think that's all I have for the notes right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Jen, you're up.
I don't have anything new other than the Tulsa Trail is closed for the next 7 to 10 days due to some surface mold remediation, and that's all.
If I may, Mayor, I just remembered one thing I forgot.
Go ahead.
I was at a Sussex County Chamber of Commerce meeting yesterday, and I met personally with a representative from Planet Networks, and that's the alternative we are trying to get in town for internet. They assured me that they are trying to get into town, but they'd like to see a bit more interest at their website. Now, we've floated it on social media, and we've talked about it at meetings, but please go sign up today at getplanetfiber.com. I put a whole bunch of these down at Town Hall. You can go down and pick one up. It has a nice little QR code that you can click on that will take you to the website. Please, they go on need basis. If they get an outpouring, they can bring it to our town. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Ron, the administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple things. I updated the council last meeting on paving. It has been delayed a little bit because our contractor had a considerable amount of equipment damaged in the recent storm event that we had. He had it stored in a warehouse. They got completely flooded. So he is re-energizing the equipment that he can. We are the first on his list to get back up and going, and it looks like best plans put forward will be in October of some point that he'll be able to get to Hopatcong and start the paving process. But he is down right now trying to either rent, buy, or otherwise put together his equipment to get back up and running. I'm happy to say that the borough has got notice that we are in acceptance or going to be served with a additional HUD money that we get annually. And again, Hopatcong is at the top of the page of the USD rural profile. In accordance with that, they're going to give us, they give us the initial letter that we'll be receiving another $148,000 in HUD money, which is, I'm proud to say, nobody in the rest of the state gets that kind of money for HUD disciplines, and we are the highest recipient of that. That being said, I would like to ask all the council members if they know contractors, plumbers, electricians, anybody that they know that can do that type of discipline. We are really struggling to find contractors right now. We have several applicants that need work done, but we're having a difficult time drawing in contractors to do HUD work. HUD money is guaranteed money. We have that in the bank. It's there. We have a trust fund now. We have HUD from 2020 that we're still spending on. And they're so proud of what we do in our program. They gave us another 148,000. So we need to just talk it up. If you know somebody, you know your neighbor, somebody that does that type of work, please have them come in and see Jean Marie. Let them get on our program. The thing about HUD, when we go out to bid for work, only HUD approved contractors can bid on it. So if they come in and do the vetting with Jean Marie, they are the only ones that can bid on the work. So it takes, you just got to come in and fill out the application and get that going. That gives them the opportunity to bid on this work without a whole lot of, local contract, public law getting in the way of it. So please, we would love to see that participation increase. And the last thing I have, Mayor, is the budget. We sent out the budget workbooks last week to all the department heads. They are due back to Lorraine and myself by next week, and we will start the preparations for the budgets for 2022. And Mayor, that's all I got right now.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to open to the public.
So made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
An opportunity is given to the public for commentary. Comments are limited to one comment of no more than 5 minutes. Okay, Ron, you got it.
All right, public, anybody that wants to make a comment, a question to the council, please go to your reaction buttons on the lower right, raise your hand, and I'll get you in as they come up.
Ron, if there aren't any other waving hands, I'd move to bring it back.
Councilman Schindler, I don't see any. No raised hands right now, Mayor.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're back. All right. I thought I was gonna have to take some notes, but I guess I don't. Approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the September 1st, 2021.
I'll make
Meeting.
that motion.
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Approval of the bill list, resolution 2021-125.
Thank you, Mayor. Does anyone have anything they need to discuss or keep removed?
I have one that I need removed and one that I need discussed. Removed for me is 21-00757. And the other one that I wanted to discuss was 21-01320. That's the tax refund, but we're not approving that until after the approvals. Like it's not on. Is it on the consent agenda?
There was a couple on. that.
No, it's resolution 2021-127, right?
Yes.
So how do we
So,
approve the money
John,
without approving? Yeah.
so John, why don't you pull that one bill out? We'll go through the other ordinances and approve or not approve, and then if we approve it, we'll come back and approve the payment. How's that?
We can do that separately?
Sure.
Yeah,
Why
there we
not?
go.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, that's great.
What
Thank
PO
you.
was that again?
The one, it was 21-01320.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mayor, I'll move the bill list, not including 21-00757 and 21-01320.
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes. Mayor, I'd like to move account 21-00757.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Abstain.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Okay, approval of the consent agenda is resolution 131 on the consent agenda.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Not on mine.
What is it?
Resolution 131.
Yeah, I have it on mine.
2021-31.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on the consent agenda?
Yes,
Yes.
there is a consent agenda. 131 is on there.
Yeah, that's, there's some question on that. I'd like to table that till next meeting.
Agreed. Mayor, I would like to move the consent agenda without 2021-131.
Second.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Ordinances, introduction, ordinance 2021, auction of properties, and ordinance of the Borough of Hopatcong, County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, authorizing the sale of certain property owned by the borough and not required for public purposes, more commonly known as 109 Brown Trail, 216 Squaw Trail, and 457 Brown Trail.
So move that.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
But I have one correction. May I include that now?
Good.
The, in the ordinance itself, it refers to block 11008, lot 109 Brown Trail as being 0.018 acres. That's a typo. It's 0.18 acres.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
Okay.
And yes, I vote to approve.
We'll fix it.
It's 0.18.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Ordinance is final hearing. Ordinance 25, 2021, capital funding for water utility improvements. Capital ordinance.
Valerie, I'm a yes on the last one.
Okay, yeah, we didn't. Okay, thank you.
And that's like a paper road, I think.
Yeah. Ordinance 25, 2021, capital funding for water utility improvements. Capital ordinance providing for various water utility improvements by and in the Borough of Hopatcong, the County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, and appropriating $742,414.06. Therefore, from grant proceeds received pursuant to the Federal American Rescue Plan to pay for the cost thereof.
So moved.
Second.
Open that to the public for any questions or comments. Hearing none?
Move to bring it back.
I don't see any, Mayor.
Hearing none?
Move to bring it back.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
Oh, we have to
for
do
the-
this by roll call.
Moving it back, Val. Go ahead.
Okay, Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Now, do we need a motion for the ordinance, Val?
No, we're done. That's
All
it.
right. And for information, this ordinance is for the carbon treatment for our wells. So resolutions, resolution 2021-126, authorization for formal policy regarding Home Depot credit card.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-127, authorization of a tax refund.
So move it.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-128, authorization for recreational basketball fees.
So moved.
Second.
We don't know if we're having basketball yet though, right?
That is correct.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Both.
I have a second, right? Mr. Schindler, did you second?
Yes, I seconded.
Okay.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Resolution 2021-130, purchase of a vehicle. Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a special use vehicle for the police department.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay,
So move it.
Second.
call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Let's go back to 21-01320.
I'd like to move that. Bill?
I'll se-
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Yes, me.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Old business?
Mayor, can I make a comment on something that we already voted on? Jen had a question about basketball.
Sure.
And the conversation that the rec commission had most recently was, as long as we can use our school facilities, we will have some form of a basketball program. What we don't know right now is if the league that we've been operating or part of for the last few years, we don't know if that league is going to be functioning. So if the league doesn't function, we are going to have to look at things and try and do some clinics or some in-house teams and games, something of that nature. Again, that's all dependent on whether or not we can use local school facilities. So I hope that a little better clarifies what's going on.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. This is a crazy world we live in.
Yes, it
New
is.
business? Mayor comments. The 9/11 ceremony this year was probably the best I've seen ever. And we've been doing it every year. We have not missed a year. And this 20th year was very special. We had over 200 people. I'd like to say closer to 250 people, which is a tremendous turnout for our little town. Aside from, Judy Wolf speaking and informing people that Hopatcong did have a presence at Ground Zero, I commented that our little town has more of a presence throughout the area, the tri-state area, than you might know. In one way or another, Hopatcong does represent us well. And I believe that our rescue squad really did that with 9/11. And we did commemorate the survivor tree. If you go by Town Hall, you'll see a very nice monument by it. That was very special to our town, and it's a high honor actually to have that tree amongst the other artifacts that are there. It was the original pear tree, of which just as a seedling of, was the last living thing removed from ground zero. And the state of New York brought that back to life. And every year they award a very limited amount of trees throughout the world. And so again, that makes us very special. I'm very proud of our town to have this tree. Sussex County Days is Sunday the 19th. Hopatcong will be there. If you want to come up, we're going to set up a table or a display, and we'll have some stuff for people to pick up. We'll have some trinkets of some kind. But it's important. It'll be a busy weekend, and don't forget the Hopatcong Days is a big deal. We have a market in the park again, which goes over really well. Please be careful out there. As you can see, we're trying to figure out our basketball. This pandemic is still breaking our chops. We're trying to figure out what to do and honor everybody's rights but still be careful. If the month of August, in the month of July, we had 7 positive cases. In the month of August, we had 107. That's just in the Hopatcong. So, the number's going to go up and down. September is doing pretty good. We're not, the curve is back down. But the point is, just be careful. You can't be too careful, I guess. This is dangerous stuff. And now we have another one called MU. I don't know much about it, but there's some of it in New Jersey, not a lot, but we don't want to give that a chance too. So, you have to make your own decisions of what you do with your own body, but just please be careful while you're doing it. That's what I have to say about that. It's a little conflicting to me because, I really believe in people's rights but I also believe in protecting the welfare of our people too. So when you get to the workplace, we have a certain set of responsibilities. What you do on your own private property with your own private life is your business. Government has should have no say or no activity within that. But the workplaces that we're responsible for are a different story. So we're wrestling with the logistics on that now. And I'm not sure I agree with everything that the federal government's doing and also some of the state, but I just beg people to be careful. Just watch out, protect yourself and your family and the rest of the people around you. And if I was smart enough to have an answer as to how you do that, I'd probably be pretty rich, but I'm not. So I just send that message out there just to be aware, be conscious, and make the right decision for yourself and your family. That being said, we're going back to the 911 ceremony. Kathy Million and Anna Reardon are absolute angels, and we had Steve Million helping. And these things you don't see when it's happening; it just happens. And I was given the plan, and they had a script, and we had the stewardesses come, and these people are just so well at putting this stuff together. It just really, I've looked at other ceremonies in other towns, and I have to say that our ceremony was by far the best. Of course, I'm prejudiced, but that being said, I'll say good night and good luck. Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Night, everyone.
Night, everybody. Thank you.